Steam Forged Games Limited has a title, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Bardsung. This is for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, and should take you about 1 to 2 hours to complete. You begin with a single tile and a destination. What unfolds is branching, labyrinth dungeon of dangerous enemies, wandering monsters, challenging puzzles, and variable treasure. Bardsung is a game of choosing your path as you seek to inspire the bard's songs and live your life of legend. From your physical passage through the dungeon to your journey of building your character into a fabled hero, your choices define your experience. Because dungeons are procedurally generated, like those in a roguelike video game, no 2 playthroughs will be the same. Lay tile to build the dungeon as you go, choosing your direction from the option at hand to seek loot and avoid treasure. Encounter different enemies and challenges each time through event, battle, and challenge decks that spawn new foes and throw curveballs in the form of poisoned weapons, traps, reinforcements, non-player characters, and more. Bardsung can be enjoyed as a cooperative game of up to 5 players or as an exciting solo experience. Explore the dungeon in standalone sessions or as part of a far-reaching narrative campaign that evolves based on your decisions. An RPG dungeon explorer, Bardsung takes the best elements of traditional role-playing games and beloved dungeon-crawling classics and combines them with a dash of contemporary gameplay to create a powerful new experience. With swift setup and easy-to-grasp mechanics taught by an intuitive tutorial-based rulebook, your descent into the dungeon will be quick. Inspire the songs, live the legend, become Bardsung. That sounds epic. And as anyone that follows me at the channel knows, I love D&D. I love fantasy board games, fantasy RPG games. That is my go-to. All right. And the very first thing I noticed when I looked anything up about this at all was something I absolutely love in my board game or RPG game: terrain. 3D pieces. Yes, this is a terrain-heavy board game. I do absolutely love seeing those pieces sticking up on the tabletop. Now this, another thing, this is a massive production. This, the first thing, okay, seeing some of the first photos, pictures of this, the very first thing that came to my mind was Hero Quest meets Dungeons and Dragons on steroids. And that is a good thing for me. That made me want to learn even more. But seeing the pieces, the tiles, even the unpainted versions of these, wow, what an eye grabber. Another thing that I'm reading is it seems that if you are a fan of Dungeons & Dragons, if you've played Dungeons & Dragons, there's going to be a lot of familiarity between that RPG and this board game. So I think that's great. That is a great way to pull in players, is by building on what they already enjoy and are familiar with. I know it keeps pulling me in the more and more I'm learning. This is a level up game. It's not just a gear and item game, which you get a lot of that too. But this does have true leveling up mechanics to the game that you are going to be making your character better and stronger as you're going along. And again, you are going to be getting gear and equipment, but it is not just gearing up to become better. This is leveling up. There are a lot of little nuances that I'm finding and discovering about this game that it keeps pulling me back to RPGs and, well, particularly D&D. And that's like the use, and you see this in other board games, but it's not normal or a standard for board games as it is in RPGs or MMOs, and that's the use of NPCs. So rampant, apparently, in this board game. So I definitely enjoy seeing that. It does take it up a few steps to the next level of board game to RPG, if you ask me. The fact that apparently this game can be played fast and is kind of meant to be played in a succession of fast game sessions, if I'm reading about that correctly, is another thing I find very catchy, because you don't always have time to sit down for 3 or 4 hours for a board game. I mean, hell, if you're going to do that, you might as well sit down for 3 or 4 hours of D&D. So yeah, to see that you can apparently, allegedly have multiple shorter sessions shorter sessions to complete the overall longer storylines, that's great. That means you're going to get the game played, you're going to get it over with, and you're going to be able to get it down to the table again next time. And it's just going to keep happening. You're going to play, have a great short session, move on, and be there ready for you next time. And still, a board game giving you that D&D feel. Everything about this is making me really, really think about investing. I'm not keen on the idea of going in big for another board game, especially a fantasy board game. So I think that tells you how much this is impressed upon me, is that it is pulling me and pushing me at the same time towards the ultimate decision of this might be something I'm going to want to get, and if I do, it's going to be completionist level. But that's my sensation that I get from seeing the photos, from reading the reviews and the previews on this, and I'm just passing this information on to you. Please, don't let anyone, try to influence you. Just be informed on what you need to know. Go look up some more information on this. If you're still listening and watching this video at this point, you must be somewhat interested. So my best advice is go get some more information on your own, but more importantly, try to find some playthroughs. This or any title that you're ever interested in, find some playthroughs and watch them, because as long as they're produced and filmed by individuals who know how to play the game, it will give you a damn good feeling and sensation, knowledge of whether you and your friends are going to enjoy it. So go, get yourself some more information, and then please, my friends, come back here and let us know what you think of Bardsung.